Okay, tough into the home schedule. Your 14th home schedule. Just what do you take from this game?
It wasn't good enough. I mean, 10 to 25 regardless of who we played, a lot of juice, a lot of energy in the first half. Came in it takes our time, and whatever we did, we didn't finish strong. So it's clearly on us.
I don't know how to say this, but it looked like you took some extra time after the game, just kind of
I did.
Autographs and
you never know what's going to happen. As much as I feel like my play says I can play 3, 4 more years, 2, 3, whatever it is, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. So I'm going to take care of the people that have always taken care of me.
And were you kind of thinking about all that stuff, like you did the Who Dat chant, all that kind of stuff in your mind then?
No, I called the Who Dat chant for the end of the year, at the beginning of the year. I always wanted to close that thing out. I thought we would be headed to the playoffs. I was clearly wrong. I thought I was going to be rushing from the edge. I was clearly wrong. So all I can do is be an ultimate soldier, ultimate warrior, and rally my guys, talk to my guys, try and lead my guys however best I can. This entire year, whatever role is given to me, I try to fully embrace it. Because I want black and gold to be successful at whatever it takes. Here we are, 5-11. It doesn't feel like we clearly had a lot of things to overcome. We wish we would have had a high-powered offense this entire year. There's a lot of I wish, but coulda, wouldas, never shouldas. Coulda, wouldas, never shouldas. It's just where we've been. Should have had our entire offensive line starting the whole year. Should have had DC hopefully the whole year. Should have had our starting top 4 receivers the whole year. Should have had our starting DBs. There's a lot of excuses that we could make. At the end of the day, we weren't good enough this year, and that hurts as a player. That hurts as a fan of the game. That hurts as somebody who's in love with the black and gold. And honestly, the city of New Orleans, especially with the Super Bowl being here, just felt like it deserved more.
Yeah, obviously, team games. What do you feel like you showed, I guess, individually these last 5, 6, 7 games?
You turn on the tape, you tell me. It's not like we've heard anything different. So all I can do is put my best foot forward. When you got guys like Carl Granderson who coming off the edge, who's giving out work. You got guys like Colin Sanders, who's on the interior, who doesn't get enough love for the plays that he makes. You got Brian Brzee, who's a monster in the middle, who should have had his 8.5 sack today. I think he got taken back by a penalty or something like that. He should be 8.5 sacks deep at his freaking nose and 3 technique that he plays. That's impressive. For me, I've always been consistent in how I approach work and how much I love this game, and until my love runs out for the game, I'm gonna keep on going.
Amir Abdullah had over 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, 45 of those came on third downs, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 10. That's something that we probably should have adjusted for. One in the red zone for 15. There was another one coming out of the red zone, hit for 14 or 15. Again, 3 runs ran for 45 to 50 yards. It's not going to bode well for your yards per run per carry. IPC. Jeez.
What made it so hard to contain their rushing attack today?
I don't know. If we take how many yards did they finish with?
53, 56, something like that.
I'll say if you take out 3 or 4 of those third down runs, it's probably under 100. So that's on us for a lot of it. And I think we've talked about this entire year. We can't miss these tackles. There's been times where we've had guys lined up and tackled, and somehow they squeak these extra 3, 4, 5 yards that come back and bite us in the ass at the end of the game.
Tyron mentioned that even in practicing this week, y'all knew what was coming as far as the meshes and the crosses, but then sometimes maybe even the call didn't fit stopping that.
Again, we can run all the excuses you want. At the end of the day, we lost to a team that we should have beat. And that's how I felt but that's how I've always felt for the last 14 years. Anytime we lose, I'm like, it's on us more than it is on them. There might be a handful of times where I'm like, all right, we got beat this time, maybe. Over 14 years, in my mind, it's always about us. And it's always going to be about us. So it's not what they did, it's how we didn't tackle, how we didn't get in the backfield, whatever it is. I'm always going to put it on us before them because I think it's always been about us.